Today we're working with taking a whole number and dividing it by a fraction. So you can see I have 5 divided by 1/2. It's really the same thing as saying, how many halves in 5? How many halves in 5? Because 5 divided by a half looks like this. I'm only saying how many halves would be in 5. How many half dollars in $5? So you might notice we have keep, change, flip like we've used before. So I'm going to keep the first fraction. So this has to be written as a fraction. 5 is the same as 5 over 1. Change my sign from dividing to times. Flip the 1/2 over to 2 over 1. I just do top times top. 5 times 2 equals 10. Bottom times bottom. 1 times 1 equals 1. 10 over 1 equals 10. Keep, change, flip. 8 divided by 1/3. I'm saying how many thirds in 8? Keep the first fraction. Change the sign. Flip the second fraction over. So now I got 8 times 3 on top. 1 times 1 on the bottom, which just equals 24. Keep, change, flip. This one seems a little different. How many 2/3 are there in 12? Might think you need to feed the cat 2/3 of a pound, maybe the dog, and you got 12 pounds in all, and you want to find out how many days it would last. So I want to keep the first fraction, change the sign, flip the second fraction. 12 times 3 equals 36. 1 times 2 equals 2. This time we don't have a 1 on the bottom. So we're going to have to simplify this, and this one we're going to simplify by dividing. There's 1, 2, and 3. Bring down by 6. How many 2's in 16? 8 of them. 8 times 2 is 16. Nothing left. So this would just equal 18. So how many 2/3 are there in 12? 18. Keep, change, flip. Keep my 7 as 7 over 1. Change the sign. Flip the 2/3 to 3/2. And then do top times top is 21. Bottom times bottom is 2. It's an improper fraction, which means I'm going to have to divide. And I'm either going to end up with a whole number or a mixed number. There's 1, 2, and 2. Nothing left there. Bring down my 1. There are no 2's in 1. And I end up with a remainder of 1. Remember before when we switched improper fractions to mixed numbers? Slide that over. And it's basically writing itself for me right there. It equals 10 and 1/2. So you can see I could end up with a whole number or a mixed number for my answer. Here's a couple for you. Stop the video and try it out. What was that saying? Keep, change, flip. 8 over 1 times 2 over 1 equals 16 over 1, which equals 16. Keep, change, flip. Keep the 5 over 1, change the sign, flip 3/4 to 4/3. 5 times 4 is 20, 1 times 3 is 3. I have to divide. And since I know 21 is not a number when I do the 3 song, I know I'm going to end up with a remainder. 6 times 3 is 18. Subtract, I got 2. 6 remainder 2. Bring that 3 over, so it really equals a big 6, little 2/3. Try these two out. Wow, that's kind of creepy. We went from 6 and 2/3 for an answer to 6 divided by 2/3. Keep, change, flip. 6 times 3 is 18. 1 times 2 is 2. 18 divided by 2 equals 9. No remainder, so my answer is just 9. Keep, change, flip. 45 on top, 1 on the bottom. That just equals 45 whole ones. Stop the video and you try it out. Keep it, change it, flip it. Multiply top times top, bottom times bottom. Just a 42. Keep it, change it, flip it. 6 times 2 is 12. 1 times 3 is 3. I have to do some dividing. How many 3's in 12? 3, 6, 9, 12. 4 of them. No remainder, so the answer just equals 4. Stop the video and try it out. Keep, change, flip. 10 times 6 is 60. 1 times 4 is 4. 64. So we're going to have a big number here. 1, 4, and 6. How many 4s in 20? 5 of them. Comes out even. It's going to be a whole number. 15. Keep the 4. Change the sign. Flip the 1/8 to 8 over 1. 4 times 8 equals 32. 1 times 1 is 1. Just equals 32. How many fourths are there in 7? How many fourths? Because fourths would be 1/4 in 7. So I'm really taking 7 divided by 1/4. Some people might like to go picture-wise and go, you know what, if I had 7 boxes, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I cut each box into fourths. So this is 1/4, and 1/4, and 1/4, and 1/4. If I add those all together, there's 4 fourths, which equals 1 whole. And I just make all of my other boxes each be cut into fourths. I'm not going to label them all, but I'm sure you can see that I'm cutting them all into fourths. And then if I went really quick for repeated addition as multiplication here, there's 4 in each one, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them. So really that's 7 times 4, which equals 28. Let's go up here and try with our 7 divided by 1/4. Keep, change, flip. Keeping the 7 as 7 over 1. Changing the sign. Flip the 1/4 over to 4 over 1. And now it looks a whole lot like what we did right there. Except we have 1s underneath all of these. Right? So 7 times 4 equals 28. 1 times 1 equals 1. There are 28 fourths in 7. Another way you could think about that, what is there 4 of in a dollar? Quarters. 1/4, another way to say that is quarters. So basically we're finding out how many quarters there were in $7. Try this one out. How many fifths in 2? So it's 2 divided by 1/5. Keep, change, flip. Top times top, bottom times bottom, equals 10. How many fifths in 2? Stop the video and try it out. Granny needs 3/4 of a cup of sugar for each batch of cookies. If she has 9 cups of sugar, how many batches of cookies can she make? So she's starting with 9 cups. Each batch takes 3/4 of a cup. And then we want to figure out how many 3/4 are there in 9 is basically what we're doing. How many 3/4 in 9? So I'm going to do my keep, change, and flip. And now I have 9 times 4 is 36. 1 times 3 is 3. Divide it out. There's 1 3 and 3. Bring down my 6. 2 3s and 6. No remainder. Granny is going to be able to make 12 batches of cookies. This one, it takes a half a yard of cord to make a necklace. How many necklaces can you make from 9 yards of cord? So I'm starting with the 9 yards. Each time I'm splitting it and taking a half of a cord off, a half of a yard of cord off. So it's going to be my keep, change, flip. 9 times 2 is 18. 1 times 1 is 1. I would be able to make 18 necklaces. And if you're not sure about that, you could think this way. Here's a necklace that used half a yard. So if I add on the other half a yard, a half plus a half, this gives me 1 whole yard. So there's 2 necklaces in every yard. And I've got 9 yards, 9 times 2, which is basically what this ended up being after I flipped it over when I'm dividing. Last one. starting with 14 pounds of cat food. They eat 2/3 of a pound every day. Keep, change, flip. 14 times 3 ends up being 42. 1 times 2 is 2. Do my division work. There's 2 2s and 4. 1 2 and 2. No remainder. So that's going to give me the person 21 days worth of cat food from that bag. That's how I would take a whole number divided by a fraction.